Hello everyone, myself Professor A.C. Jadhav, Department of Horticulture, Wagh College of Agriculture Biotechnology, Nashik. Today we are going to study the propagation by the cutting methods. Under the propagation on its own root system, cutting is again very important method. Cutting means any detached vegetative plant part that can be expected to regenerate the missing part to form the complete plant part. There is a one main difference in between the cutting and layering that in a cutting, we first of all detach the plant part and place in a media for the root initiation. While in a layering, first of all we initiate the roots on a stem or a plant part when it is still attached with the mother plant, and after root initiation we detach it from the mother plant. In a cutting, again the classification is of cutting is depend upon the vegetative plant part which we can use, just like stem cutting, root cutting, or the leaf cutting. The root cutting method is very rarely used, but stem cutting and the leaf cutting is a common practice in most of the ornamental plants. So first of all we will study the stem cutting. Stem cutting can be divided again into the four different methods on the basis of maturation and lignification of the wood, in which first one is a hardwood cutting, then semi-hardwood cutting, then softwood cutting, and herbaceous cutting. On the basis of such type of the maturation, these are the four different methods. In an actual practice of the cutting, during the cutting preparations, we can use the stem plant which should having minimum 3 or the 4 number of the leaves, means 3 or the 4 number of the buds, because at least we have a need of the 3 or the 4 bud for the good sprouting. During the cutting preparation, the lower cut which we can use or apply, it should be the slanting one to obtain the more root zone area or the rooting area. Then straight cut, it can be applied on the topmost side. And in this way, as per the types of the cuttings, we can prepare the cutting. The length of the cutting is again depend upon the distance between nodes and the internodes, and again on the basis of maturation of the wood. When we are mainly concerned with the site of the root initiation, from which site of the stem the root is developed or the initiate, so there are the two type of the sites we can observe as per the herbaceous nature and the woody plant nature of the stem, that is vascular bundle and the cambial cell. So this vascular bundle, it is considered as a location of the root initiation, while the cambial layer, it is again the mass of the tissues and considered as a location of the root initiation. After the cutting placing in the media, there are the ideal conditions for the maximum and the fast root initiation. If the prepared cutting, we can treat it with the any type of the root promoting hormones like indole butyric acid, indole acetic acid, and the naphthalene acetic acid. So these auxins are help for the fast and the early root initiation in any type of the routine. Then there should be the presence of the light for the fast root initiation or the stimulation, and definitely the soil temperature. So we have a need of the soil, good soil temperature or the cooler air, warmer soil for the good root development or the root initiation to the cutting, on which the success of the cutting is depend. Then when the four methods of the stem cutting are concerned, so in a first hardwood cutting, this cutting mainly we can taken from the past season growth which is completely mature and lignified. The length it may be varies from 10 to 30. The main hardwood cutting practice we can follow in ornamental plants like bougainvillea, and again for preparation of the stock we can follow the hardwood cutting practice in a rose, then also in a grape. Then commercial method of propagation of hardwood cutting is again identified in a fig crop. Then second practice is a semi hardwood stem cutting. Under the semi-hardwood stem cutting, we have a need of the partially mature stem. So it can be prepared from the new shoots growth. The length it may be varies from the 7 to 15 centimeter. Examples are the croton, acalypha like ornamental plants. Third one is a softwood cutting. The cutting are prepared from the softwood and the new spring growth. And the species which are 4 to 6 month old, this is again considered as a softwood. The length it may be varies from the 7 to 12 centimeter. Its example is a golden duranta, Dieffenbachia and the others. And the last one is a herbaceous stem cutting. This type of the cutting is taken from the succulent herbaceous green plant. The length it may be again same 7 to 12. Examples are the chrysanthemum and the coleus. The herbaceous stem cutting is very delicate one, so needs more care during its preparations and the production practice. So all these are the stem cutting methods. Then next one is a leaf cutting. So we may use the leaf for the cutting, but the leaf should be the fleshy and again the capacity to produce the plantlets on their leaf. In a leaf cutting, the different plant part along with the leaf blade we can use for the multiplication or the cutting practice. So on which type of the plant part we can use, on that basis again the leaf cutting is varies. So in this image we can show few of the uh, parts of the leaf which we can use for the cutting practice, like auxiliary bud, then petiole, then the nodes, stem, veins, or the midrib and the leaf blade we can observe. These are the general plant parts of the any type of the leaf which is attached on the main stem. Then on the basis of the same type of the plant part which we can use, that basis the leaf cutting is categorized into the four type, in which the first one is a leaf blade or the leaf section cutting. Its example is a snake plant. When we can use the any particular section of the plant and place in the media for the root initiation, it is considered as a leaf section cutting. Its example is a snake plant. Then second one is a leaf vein cutting or the leaf slashing. Its example is a begonia. So under the leaf vein cutting, we can use the leaf and we can place horizontally on the media by giving the slight cut on the vein or the midribs. From that cut, due to the contact of moisture and the nutrients, such type of the new shoots or the new plantlets are the grown. So that's why this method is known as a leaf vein cutting. Third leaf cutting method is a leaf margin cutting. Its example is a bryophyllum. In a bryophyllum, we can observe that at its margin side there is a presence of the auxiliary buds, and from these auxiliary buds the new plantlets are developed. When we can separate these plantlets along with the short leaves roots, they are again considered or produced into the complete plant and develop as a new seedling. And the last one is a leaf bud or the petiole cutting. We can only take the bud part or the petiole parts with the slightly grown bud without any leaf part, and we can place it in a media. So this type of the cutting is very successful practice in a money plants, then zamia pan, then peperomia like ornamental plants, and we can cultivate such a plants um, within a short period of the time by using the petiole cutting. Mainly in case of the petiole cutting, as a media we can use the coco peat. So this is about the leaf cutting. Thank you very much.